Right.
Prezioso.
Oh, that's good.
I'm studying Italian, so I love Rich's name. I take liberties, what can I say? I'm Irish. Says it has taken them years of careful indecision to develop a repertoire they describe as, and I love this, Celtic to cowboy. Superb musicianship and showmanship, award-winning songwriting, and a strong sense of tradition has made them, as Dirty Linen magazine once said, one of the most polished, inventive, and entertaining shows on the circuit. I could go on, but I would rather hear their fantastic music. Please welcome my friend, Small Takes.
Thank you, Megan. Every time I hear that promo, I think I have to rewrite it.
I know. Who said that? I've had the privilege of knowing Megan since 1976. She used to sing at a place that I used to waitress at, and she was always a favorite there. And she asked for this song that we're going to sing for you. And I'm thrilled that I wrote this song. This is the one we're starting with, right?
Yes, this is what Jackie likes to call the medley of our hit. But it's also we've many times we've done this in church services, and we've always felt a little weird because we're just kind of trying to shoehorn it into the message, into the talk. But today it actually works.
It does. This song, the purpose of this song, is about taking that chance, taking that step to gain happiness. Taking us back on the road.
This is called the Waltz of the Wallflowers.
A dysfunctional duet.
Sitting, staring, walls aren't caring. I know no one. Why did I come? Sorry. Oh no, no one sitting there. Oh please, feel free. You can take the chair. Oh dear, I see. You don't want to sit to the other side. You're taking it. Oh God, how embarrassing. Yeah, right. Who would sit? Oh no.
My voice was working fine, and suddenly I've just got this frog in my throat, and it's not. I don't want to do this to you guys or to me. Give me another chance here.
Take two. Sitting, staring, walls aren't caring. I know no one. Why did I come? I'm sorry. Oh no, no one sitting there. Oh please, feel free. You can take the chair. Oh dear, I see. You don't want to sit to the other side. You're taking it. Oh God, how embarrassing. Yeah, right. Who would sit by me? I wanna go.
Nobody knows or sees me.
It's not polite.
I can't leave soon.
Maybe I'll hide a while in the john. Oh damn, the door is locked.
Why did I?
It's too early.
Even come.
I can't go yet.
I don't know.
I should have sent them.
Anyone.
My deep regrets. I'm overdressed.
This was casual.
My hair's all stiff. This tie is wrong.
My belt's too tight.
I hate these shoes. No one wears white. Punch.
Look out, look at them all dancing. How do they do the romance thing? It's not for me, it will come naturally. I just can't move like that. But actually, I haven't.
Hey,
what's the
wait.
sense? Sure don't see
There by the
anyone want
fern.
to dance.
Who is that? Over there. She looks nice. Don't stare. Don't stare. She's not talking to anyone. Poor girls, not having any fun. Maybe I
Maybe I
could go over there. Should I just walk over? Geez, I don't know. Don't stare, don't stare. Oh crud, I'm sweating now, aren't I? This happens to me all the time. A nasty trick I plays on shy people. We're being selected out of a gene pool. This isn't fair.
I need some air.
But I don't care.
I need some air.
I don't know what I'll say, but darn it anyway. I'm going over there.
Out of here. If I get out the door, then I can just keep going.
Where
I
did
my
she
coat,
go?
And you believe snow. She wears
Oh,
my coat, I would.
no, did
Is it
she
ever
go
better?
home? Ah, damn, oh, damn, oh, damn, oh, damn, oh, damn, oh, damn, I missed my chance.
I'll freeze
I
in
only
there.
thought she might want to dance with me. Oh, there she is.
I bet.
She looks so cold.
Oh, he's still here.
She was out
I look so dumb.
without her coat.
There's snow in my hair.
The snow looks
He's
lovely
looking at me.
in her hair. I'm going to do it.
Will he come?
I'm going to go over there.
What should I do?
I'm going.
He's coming.
What will I say? All of you self-assured people, get out of the way. A waltz is playing. I can handle the slow ones. What am I saying? This dance has not yet begun. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Why can't I get it right? I'm not dancing, I'm just walking. Have people stop talking. Go on, go on, go on. Don't blow this chance. Pardon me, miss, do you think I might have this dance?
So,
Okay.
oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
La,
La. Oh,
la, 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 la. Oops.
sorry.
La,
La.
la.
No, wait.
One, two,
No, wait,
one,
wait.
two,
1, 2, 3. La.
La, 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 la.
Hey.
We've got it now. La, 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 la.
And my big apologies. We don't sing much these days. I just couldn't get my voice to start. And then he was singing it too fast. But which kind of fit in with the song pretty good, you know. No, wait, please, no, 1, 2, I can't do it. We did that on purpose, don't you worry about it.
That was
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So there will be another song after my talk, and I'm just so thrilled that you guys are here. And yes, Harry Hopes, Jackie and I. You know, I'd like to think that people were coming to see me, but Jackie was a big draw.
It was a wonderful job to have.
Oh man, it was a great club, Harry Hopes. It was out in Cary. And that space had great meaning for me too, because I remember going there. It was formerly a ski lodge, and I had gone there with my best friend Fluff, Karen Clough, and I went and we were skiing, and I was maybe 12, and I met Mike Ferraro. Hello. He was 16, I was 12, I was 15. He was just like, so my love of Italian men started very early. My love of Italian men and Jewish men. You know, I'm Irish Catholic, of course, you know. I've got a thing for
Variety is
for
the
Jewish
spice.
men. Yes. So yes, Harry Hopes and our past and the souls that we're connected to and all the joy. So, wow. The name of my talk is Thorns Have Roses, which is, again, an Irish expression. And I was thinking about, in doing my research, as you know I want to do, I was going through my computer to look up some stuff on joy, and I came across Catholic prayers. I don't know why they're in my computer. It's not like I didn't have enough of them growing up. But in thinking about joy, I came across the Hail Holy Queen. Does anybody else, was anyone else raised Catholic? And lots of us here, we Catholics came to Unity and we heard, well, we don't believe in really sin. We know that sin, the word sin is an archery term meaning missing the mark. It's like, what? It was such a mind-expanding experience at first, and we don't really believe in hell. What? The hot place? How do you think the nuns got me to do anything, Fear of hell, And listen, speaking to Mike Ferraro, was certainly going to send me to the hot place. But I didn't care. It was worth it. It was so totally worth it. Hail, Holy Queen, Mother of Mercy, our life, our sweetness, and our hope. To thee do we cry, poor banished children of Eve. To thee do we send up our sighs, mourning and weeping in this valley of tears. Turn then, most gracious advocate, thine eyes of mercy toward us, and after this, our exile, show unto us the blessed fruit of thy womb, Jesus. O clement, O loving, O sweet Virgin Mary, pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. My gosh, I met a completely different Jesus here. A completely different Jesus at Unity. And, that's mine. Fully human, fully alive. Isn't it always the way? How could somebody do that? I'm telling you, not minutes later, I'm doing that. I'm doing that, because as the Buddhists say, I am that. So I've often said that I think one of the big game changers here could have been a line in the Bible by one of those guys could have said, and Jesus laughed. I think that would have made a complete. It would have made it a different movie, certainly. And Jesus laughed. Or better yet, Mary Magdalene. And Mary Magdalene made Jesus laugh so hard, wine came out of his nose. I think that really would have been a real game changer, right? So in thinking about the talk and thinking about impending joy, I thought, well, why impending? Because the joy that I try to plan is never the joy I'm looking for, I also found some quotes in the Bible. This is church after all, so I do want to presence the Bible, where joy is mentioned, okay? So I get on the World Wide Web, the almighty Google, and looking for quotes on joy, Bible quotes on joy. When anxiety was great with me, your consolation brought me joy. Okay, and you got there how? And then I read this one, and I think it's from the Old Testament. Though the fig tree does not bud, and there are no grapes on the vines, though the olive crop fails, and the fields produce no food, though there are no sheep in the pen, and no cattle in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord, and I will be joyful in God my Savior. Really?
Easy to please.
Come on, right? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So it's planned joy and joy that just, I mean, a lot of you know that I spent a year and a half after, you know, we had a little window in 2020 in June to, the COVID was, you know, just calming down a little, and I thought, well, I could go to Maryland, Kentucky, or Minnesota. And I have siblings in all three. And I thought, I love Minnesota. Big spirit, big sky, beautiful lakes, land of 10,000 lakes, and just as many Target stores. And I went to Minnesota, and I was staying with my sister, and she has a couple of horses, boards a couple of horses about 15 minutes from the house, and I just got to hit the reset button. It was glorious. But one day I'm sitting on the porch, I was probably reading or I was taking it easy, and a hummingbird flew so close into that's the kind of joy that I'm after. Unexpected, a God of surprise. And to quote a song I wrote a couple years ago, when tears or laughter come uncalled and spark a heart unknowingly stalled, God comes in and breaks my fall. I don't know that I'm not in a, you know, I'm one of these people who takes a long time to process stuff. Like something will happen, and I'll like, yeah, and think that I'm over it, and then I'll get depressed, or I'll get angry, and I'll be like, you know, and of course a miracle is, you know, I'm never upset for the reason I think I am. You know, it'll come back and so interesting, you know, that I'm either coming from memory or I'm coming from the moment. It's hard not to come from memory because there's so much of it. And especially now in quarantine, I don't know about you guys, but I think so many of us, I certainly can only speak of my experience, had time to think, had time to sort of ruminate, had time to go back, had time to look at amends to self, look at, you know, how am I doing? How, you know, what's my part? And with that came a sense of, I can't stay here, but I can look, but not stare. So I was also thinking about the songs of my past. Does anybody here, what's the first song that comes to mind? And I don't like doing this because I don't like when I'm in an audience anywhere and somebody says, turn to the person next to you, and I go, no, I'm not doing that, I'm sorry, I don't want to be, you know, or call out. But I'm going to ask you, is there a song that you know by heart? What's the first song that comes to mind when I say, do you know a song by heart? Roll your boat. Awesome.
This Little Light of Mine.
This Little Light of Mine. Excellent.
Happy birthday.
Cherished by the association.
Cherished by the association. David.
Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace. Wow.
99 bottles of beer in the water.
All the verses? Wow.
Yeah, all the verses.
You win, Ken. I was thinking about all the songs, you know. I know, and certainly you know, remembering lyrics, but the one song that I love is called "My One and Only Love," which is a jazz standard, and I love singing it. And I remember when I had Denver, our son, and we brought him home from the hospital, and I was carrying him, and during my pregnancy, I was singing this song. I went, the very thought of you makes my heart sing like an April breeze on the wings of spring. I just would, you know, how you get a song in your head. And I'm holding Denver, and I start singing this song, just, you know, unconsciously, and he opens his eyes and looks at me like, "You're the one! You're the one who's been singing that song." And I thought about the songs that we were raised on. And there was a song that I heard when I was little, because it was a song from, I think, from the 40s. And my mom was a singer. And she was a club singer and toured with the USO before we came along. But, so I don't get it from strangers. But she would, when we had records, but the song, "I want to be happy, but I can't be happy till I make you happy too." Uh-oh. Now I'm sure the songwriter, it's from a show called No, No, Nanette. Now I'm sure the songwriter had great intentions. And I'm sure that today we would suggest Al-Anon. That songwriter. Because when we consider the words, "I want to be happy, but I can't be happy until you're happy." Oh my gosh. I totally built a life on that. The Al-Anon joke of the wife wakes up and turns to her husband and says, "How are we going to feel today?" And it's conditioned thinking, and it's, oh my gosh, the beat goes on. Here's what we got. Sorry. Until we come to a space and a philosophy that says, it's okay to break that chain. It's okay to think about yourself. It's okay. News alert, and this is a shocker. You can put yourself first. Oh, what? I know. But there's something called the 5 curses. And they are, be perfect, hurry up, try harder, put others' needs before your own, and be strong. I got your be strong right here. How about no? How about no? How about fall apart? How about fall apart? That it's okay. And fall apart with support, but really, fall apart. I wish I'd fallen apart sooner than I did when I started this, this study, and started recovery. I wish I had, but timing's perfect. We do. It's perfect. But to say it's okay to put your needs first, that it's okay to take care of yourself. It's the only, and they say, the old wisdom of put your own oxygen mask on first.
Yeah.
Okay? It's okay. And really, you better. Because resentment is a killer. And it's, there's anger, which is fuel. Yeah. And it kind of burns hot. And then it's like, then it gets processed and it's like, okay. But it usually fuels me to take action. Resentment is what I call the dull toothache of the soul that becomes a binky. This is kind of delicious now because I'm right and you're wrong, for starters. And how dare you? And how could you? And the universe goes, would you like to know how they could? Here you go. But that takes time. So the joy factor. it's okay. It's okay. You're not going to get in trouble. You're not going to get in trouble if you're not happy, and if you are. Either way, it's okay. Can't be happy every day. That's unrealistic. But especially when I came here, I'm a person who wanted to go mountaintop to mountaintop, and I never wanted to go to the Valley of Goo. But I had to eventually, because, and tip, if I may, a suggestion, go there voluntarily, because to be sent there from the universe, it just turns up the volume until you run there trying to get away from the volume that the universe is like, you're not getting it, but you know, and you wanted it. You asked for it when you came in. It's like, oh, really? That's a hard teaching that we have, you know, that I set it up like this. I'm still a little on the fence about that, but, and the Hindus believe that we choose our parents before we get here. What? I chose those knuckleheads. Are you kidding me? Yes.
And it will begin.
Exactly. Yeah. So what I know is it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to slow down. You don't have to hurry up. You don't have to be perfect. My teacher, Pat Allen, calls it suicide training. Trying to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You're already perfect. That's a hard one to take in, isn't it? That you're perfect. You're perfect. You're the person you've always wanted to be. Already. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You're already fantastic. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to hurry up. Oh my gosh. And those of us who spent some time goofing off, making mistakes, yay! Every day, make a mistake every day. Have that thought, God, I gotta hurry up and correct that and get, you know, work to get closer to the front of the line. Nah, I'm still somewhere in the back. Don't have to try harder. Oh, thank you. It's exhausting. Can I get an amen? Amen. It's exhausting. I'm not going to try harder. I'm going for a B-. I am. I'm going for a B-. I don't have to put others' needs before my own. I have to take them into consideration, especially if there's a connection there. I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for I'm 100% responsible for my 50% or my 20%. I'm 100% responsible. And I don't have to be strong. Dr. Pat always also says, be strong so we don't have to take care of you. Whoa. Really? That would make somebody kind of angry. You know, I'll show you I'm strong. If the wall goes up, the armor goes on, I need no one. Yeah, no, I'm not strong. Sometimes I am, especially yoga with Adrienne is making me really strong. Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube and her enlightened master of a dog, Benji. I highly recommend. Amazing! Just show up, just sit on the mat. So, here's my recommendation. Make a list that you keep nearby of stuff that brings you joy. No, listen, sad movies make me happy. Again, I'm Irish. We're only happy when we're sad. So I love Cinema Paradiso. Oh, mamma mia, grazie. Cinema Paradiso. Beautiful, beautiful. Love watching movies. Sebastian Maniscalco. I watch his YouTube videos. I laugh. That's good. but making a list of what brings joy and having that, but then during your day, to just notice the surprises of joy. It's like, oh, I didn't expect that, or, you know, or paying for somebody's coffee, or letting somebody in traffic, or not, my favorite, giving them the hairy eyeball when I pass them after they've cut me off. It's like, Meg, don't even look, just let it go, just stay in your car. Stay in your lane, in your car, let it go. 'Cause I don't know, and save the fuel for something that can really be helpful. So making a list, and then maybe at the end of the day, in your gratitude list of 5 things, another suggestion, you'll write down what surprised you in the joy department that day. So, thank you so much. This has been so much joy for me these last few months. To be here, to be present, to be a worker among workers, a member of the family, to be, you know, sort of a guide, and just to show up. Just to show up, not really knowing how it's going to go, but saying yes. And your invitation meant the world to me. And so I want to thank you for that. Rumor is I'll be back. Actually, and you know, in the meantime, I'm holding you in prayer, knowing that the vision for this church is really unfolding, moving, and you know, we are all together in this beautiful mosaic of Unity Northwest Church. And so I want to thank you. And without further ado, and I was going to say after the end of the service, if you would like to hear a few more songs, we might take like a 5-minute bio break and then come back in quietly. Everybody's, you know, we're very careful and respectful, masks on, but we would maybe do 4 or 5 songs and a little mini concert. If Small Potatoes is willing, we would love to.
We only remember 3, so.
Okay, I'll do the other 2. Or Chuck will do one, and I'll do one, and we'll have a great time. Again, thank you, and I give you Small Potatoes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to move this in.
Yeah, we have played this song we're about to do at many Unitarian churches over the years. It's just the right song for a Unitarian church. Unity. I knew that.
We were told, okay, we're
Many Unitarian and Unity churches.
We're non-denominational, but we were told that the difference between Unitarian and Unity is you're Unitarians who believe in God. Is that true? Or anyway.
We haven't figured it out yet.
Okay, yeah.
This song was for all you guys, really, and we didn't write it. It's written by a guy named David Tamulevich, who's a friend of ours, and you might be familiar with it. It's gone around. It's in both the Unitarian and the Unity songbooks. We've heard some new editions of the songbook have this song in it because it's just so perfect. Now, it's a great song to sing along to. This is not a test. You know, it's okay if you don't sing along. I just want to warn you, it's very hard. There's a lot of words, and when you hear the words, you're like, but actually, it's kind of like Megan, or no, not really. But when you hear the words, they'll be really hard, but it is actually easier than you think. Once you just kind of get rolling, it really rolls trippingly off the tongue. You get a lot of chances, and if I can make this happen, we don't perform regularly anymore. As you're going to hear, my voice was like, woo. I'm going to try to do this song in 2 different languages simultaneously in order to help you out. I know, I'm that cool.
a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfill every day.
The next part, we'll add the second line. Ours is a simple faith.
Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfill every day.
We get lots more experience.
There is no hell to fear, no judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life's not a goal or race. It's about heart and faith and living a life of grace every day.
Ours is a simple faith.
Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfill every day.
And as was pointed out in the necklace, can also be a sign of
Trust is an open hand, making an honest stand, rooted here in the land every day. Live in the mystery, seeking the harmony here between you and me every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfill every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfill every day. Every day. Every day.
Which pretzel and Jackie Manning's small potatoes.
So how many of you folks knew that song already? You were aces. I mean, just aces. That was great. Harmony.